right, welcome bowling fans. We're back with another afternoon of high school bowling for y'all. We're back at our home center, River City Lanes here in Napoleon, Ohio, River City Bowlaway. Tonight's match will be the Bulldogs of Defiance versus the Wildcats of Napoleon. We're going to start over here on the boys' side tonight. So it looks like we'll have Andrew stepping up on lane number 1 to get things underway. First, the Defiance bowler on lane 2. And the Defiance bowler gets 8, leaves the 2-4. Andrew up now on lane 1. And he gets 6, leaving the 2-4-5-8. Garrett Hull picks up 7 on his first shot on lane number 3, leaving the 1, 2, and I believe that's the 9. Defiance up now on lane 4 for their spare attempt. And he'll pick up 1 out of 2 on that split. And Defiance converts the spare on lane 2. Andrew up now on lane 1. Oh, first Garrett does up. Garrett picks up his spare. Andrew's spare attempt underway now, and he converts his as well. Strike there for Defiance on lane number 4. Christian Horner up next on lane 3 for Napoleon. And a strike for Christian to start the match off. Defiance up now, lane number 2. That one hits high, gets a little extra pinfall, so a 9 count, leaving the 7. Hunter Ehlers gets all 10 to topple for the strike to start things off. Slade up on lane 1, picks up 9, leaves the 10 pin. Defiance, nice ball there for a strike on lane 3. Spare attempt on that 7 pin on lane 2, converts that, Defiance. Garrett cleans up his spare on lane number 4. So a pair of spares to start the match for him. Slade converts his spare down on lane 1, converts the 10 pin. Defiance misses the head pin, leaves the 1, 2, and 10. Christian up now, lane number 4. That one goes high and splits on him, leaves the 3, 4, 6, and 7. Another spare conversion by Defiance on lane number 3. And Defiance will pick up 2 out of 3 on lane number 2, so another open frame. All right, Christian now, lane number 4, trying to convert the spare here. And it gets just a little too far outside, picks up 1 out of the 3. Andrew Gallagher now, lane 2, comes into the pocket a little light, leaves 2, 4, 5. Pickup of 7. And another strike for Hunter on lane number 4 this time. Garrett now, lane number 3. Garrett with a nice ball for a strike there on lane 3. Andrew now, spare attempt on lane 2. And he'll chop, picks up 1 out of 3, so an 8 count for him in the second. If I can get somebody to give me a shout out in the chat, let me know you guys can hear me. I appreciate it. Christian now, lane 3. That one goes high, ends up leaving 310. Pickup of 8. Slade McCorkle now, lane 2. And that one misses the head pin, leaves the 1-2-4, a pickup of 7. Defiance also missing the head pin down on lane 1. Leaves the 1-2-7. A 2-8-10 spare attempt on lane 4 for Defiance, picks up 1 additional, so 7 total. Christian can't convert to 310, picks up just 1. Slade now, spare attempt on lane 2, picks it up. Nice ball from Defiance there, strike on lane 4. Spare attempt for Defiance down on lane 1. Hunter up now, lane 3. And can't get the 7 to drop, so a 9 count on his first ball. All right, thank you for the confirmation. Garrett now, lane 4. And another nice ball from Garrett. Pair of strikes for him. Strikes coming in the 3rd and 4th frame of this first game. And Andrew crashes the rack and all 10 back. So strike down on lane 1 for him. Christian now, lane 4. And he'll pick up 8. Leaves, looks like the 2-4. Strike ball for Defiance on lane number 3. Slade gets the 9 pin to lean, but it won't go down, so 9 count for him on his first ball. Spare for Defiance on lane number 2. Christian up now for Napoleon. Spare attempt on lane 4. And he's got it. Slade now, spare attempt on lane 1. Picks it up. Hunter up now on lane number 4. That looked like a nice ball, but it ends up leaving the 7-10 split. Just came into the pocket just a little funny. Count for Defiance down on lane 1, leaving the 4-7. Spare attempt on lane 3 for Defiance, converts. Hunter trying to pick up 1 here, and that's what he does. So an open frame for Hunter in the 4th frame, I believe this is. Andrew, kicks out the 10 pin. So he gets 9. I think there'll be a scoring correction there. It was the 210, but one of the pins rolled into the 10. I believe it took it down before the rack came down. I guess it's working on a strike, so it really doesn't make too much of a difference, not score-wise. And Andrew picks up his spare there. Garrett now, spare attempt, lane 3, picks it up. All right, we'll switch over to the girls' match here. And Defiance just picked up a spare in lane number 7. All right, Alexa Miller up now, lane number 8. Nice ball from Alexa, can't get the 7 to go down. So 9 count for her. Macy Eicher coming to the line on lane number 7. And Macy with a strike. Nice ball from her. Ariana Kiesling, lane number 6. That one goes high, picks up 9. Alexa missed her spare attempt on lane number 8. And Brenna Massey with a strike on lane number 7. Defiance with a strike on lane number 8. Ari now, spare attempt, picks it up. Alexa up now on the left lane, lane 7. That one missed the pocket, ends up leaving the 1, 2, 8, and 10. And another missed spare for Alexa. Five count from Defiance on lane 6. And a strike for Defiance on lane 7, though I don't think she was aware of it. The last pin went down when she had her back to the ball. Macy picking up 8, leaving the 6-10. Kendall Horner picks up 9 on lane number 4, leaving a 4-pin. Spare attempt from Defiance. Picks up all but 1, so a 9 count for her. Kendall now, spare attempt. Starts that a little too far left. Macy chops. Open frame for her. Strike for Defiance a moment ago on lane 7. 9 count for Defiance on lane 6. Brenna light into the pocket, picks up 7, leaving the 3, 6, 7. Nice ball there from Ariana, picking up the strike. Spare attempt from Defiance, lane number 6. Misses to the outside. Defiance with a strike on lane number 5. Brenna picks up 2 out of the 3, so an open frame for her. Kendall up now, lane number 6. Starts that one way outside, but it gets back enough for the strike. And a strike for Alexa down on lane number 8. Ari up now, lane number 6. And that one looked like it came in a little light. Leaves the 2-5. Macy with a strike on lane number 7. Defiance picking up 7 on her second ball on lane 5. Missed spare opportunity for Defiance on lane number 8. Ariana spare attempt, picks it up, nicely done. That was on lane 6. Brenna up now, lane number 7. And that one won't get back to the head pin and leaves the 1, 3, 7, and 10. Pickup of 6. And Defiance left with a 7-10 split on lane 8. 8 count from Defiance on lane 6, leaving a 4-7. Missed spare opportunity there for Defiance on lane 5. Brenna now spare opportunity here. And she picks up 3 out of the 4. And Defiance picks up their spare on lane number 8. Kendall up on lane 5. Alexa up on lane 7. And a strike for Kendall. 7 count, leaving the 2-4-5 for Alexa. Macy up now, lane number 8 for Napoleon. Ariana up on lane 5. And both of them strike. Macy with a double up. So Macy Eicher with strikes in the 7th and 8th frames. Defiance picks up 7, leaving the 2, 4, and 8. Brenna picks up 7 on her first ball. Alexa chops, picks up 2 out of the 3 on lane 7. Seven count for Defiance on lane 7, leaving the 2-4-5. Brenna now, spare attempt, lane 8. And she gets it. Spare attempt for Defiance, lane 7, chops, picks up 1. Alexa now up on lane number 8 for Napoleon. And Alexa with the strike just a moment ago. Defiance picks up all but 1 on lane 6. Macy picks up 6 on her first ball in lane number 7. Kendall now, lane number 6. And a strike for Kendall. Defiance picking up 7, missing the pocket on lane 5. Missed spare opportunity for Defiance on lane 8. Macy now, spare opportunity, and she chops. Open frame for Napoleon on lane 7. Ariana Kiesling, and that one won't get back to the pocket. Leaves the 1, 2, 8, and 10. Brenna on lane number 7 picks up 7, leaves the 3, 5, 6. Looks like the boys are just getting ready to finish up game number 1. We'll call out the scores as I have them. Ariana Kiesling, spare attempt, picks up 3 out of the 4. That was on lane number 6. Brenna now, spare attempt now, lane 7. She picks up 2. I guess she only got 6. It was the 3, 5, 6, and 9. So she picks up 2 out of the 4 for an 8 count. So Garrett Hull finishes with a 2:08 for Napoleon. Defiance's 4th bowler finished with a 1:47 on the boys' side. Kendall up now, lane number 5. And another strike for Kendall. That's like 4 in a row now. Alexa with a spare attempt on lane 7, shooting for the 10 pin. And it needs to hold on, and it doesn't. Macy Eicher now, lane number 8. That one goes left of the head pin, picks up 9, leaves a 10 pin. Defiance gets 9 on lane 6, leaves a 7 pin. Ariana Kiesling comes in a little light, leaves the bucket, the 2, 4, 5, and 8. So 152 for Christian Horner. 2:06 for Defiance's 5th boy bowler. Macy Eicher finishing up with a 1:42. Defiance's 4th girl bowler finished with a 1:26. Andrew Gallagher just started the 10th frame with a strike. That's now 3 in a row for him. Brenna opens in her 10th frame and finishes with a 1:48. Defiance picks up the spare in lane 6. Alexa Miller now, lane number 8. And she gets 9, leaves a 7 pin. Hunter Ehlers finishing with a 2:14 for the boys. Kendall Horner with a strike in the 10th to start things off. It's like 5 or 6 in a row now to finish off this game. She's got a nice game going. Nine count for Defiance on lane 7. She'll have one more in the 10th. An open for Alexa. And she finishes with a 1:40. Andrew Gallagher finished with a 186. Defiance's 1st boy bowler finished with a 184. Nice game by Defiance's 5th bowler, finishing with a 233. Defiance's 1st girl bowler finishing with a 132. Their 2nd one finishing with a 106. And Kendall Horner goes 3 strikes in the 10th for a 245. Nice game, Kendall. $152 for Slade for the boys. $134 for Defiance's second bowler. Their third bowler just getting ready to finish up. Ariana Kiesling starts out with 9 on her first ball on lane number 6. And 125 is what Defiance's third bowler had. All right, Defiance's third girl finishes with a 141. Kendall picks up, or not Kendall, Ariana picks up her spare on lane number 6. So she'll have one more in the 10th. Then we'll go over the scores here real quick. And Ariana gets 7 more, so finishes with a 170. So unofficially, I have Napoleon boys at 912. That was games of 186, 152, 208, 152, and 214. For Defiance, 184, 134, 125, 147, 206 for a 796. So Napoleon with a 116 pin lead after the first game. On the girls' side, Napoleon, Kendall Horner, 245. Ariana Kiesling, 170. 142 for Macy, 148 for Brenna, 140 for Alexa. And the Defiance girls with 132, 106, 141, 126, and 233. So Napoleon 845 on the girls' side to 738. So 107 pin lead for them going into the next individual game. All right, you guys should see the scores on the screen now. Remember, these are unofficial scores. We won't have the official recap until we get the coach's score at the end of the match. All right, we'll stay over here with the girls for just a few minutes, and then we'll flip back over to the boys. So Kendall Horner up first on lane number 6. And she's still got it dialed in. Another strike for Kendall. Defiance picks up 7 on their first ball on lane number 7, leaving the 1-2-8. And Macy starts things out with a strike for Napoleon on lane number 8. And a strike for Ariana on lane number 6. Nice pair pickup by Defiance there on lane number 7, picking up the 1-2-8. Avery Miller in on lane number 8, and she picks up the strike. I'm sorry, Avery Badenhop. I don't know why I said that. Avery Badenhop. I knew as soon as that left my mouth that it was wrong. Lily Light up on lane number 8 for Napoleon. She comes in light, picks up 6, leaves the 1, 2, 7, and 9. Defiance with light to the pocket, leaves the 1, 2, 4, and 8. Macy up now, lane 7. And Macy is light, picks up 8, leaves the 1, 2. Lily picks up 1 out of the 4, lane number 8, so an open frame. 7 count for her. Spare attempt from Defiance, picked up on lane 6. 3 out of 4 on lane 5 for Defiance. Macy now, spare attempt on lane 7. Picks it up, nicely done. Defiance chops, picks up 1 on lane 8. Avery Badenhop up on lane 7 now. And Avery picks up 9, leaves the 4 pin. Defiance, nice ball there on lane 6, picks up the strike. 9 count for Defiance, down on lane 8. Spare attempt, picks up the 10 pin for Defiance on lane 5. Avery now, her spare attempt on lane 7. And she's got it. Defiance, spare attempt, lane 8, misses. Strike for Defiance, lane number 6. Lily up lane 7. Kendall up lane 5. And Kendall with the strike. Lily picking up 8, leaving the 4-7 down on lane 7. So back-to-back strikes for Kendall. Macy Eicher now, lane number 8. She gets that one started way outside. That doesn't get back to the head pin. Picks up 7, leaves the 1, 2, 4. Ariana Kiesling back-to-back strikes to start the second game. Lily converts her spare there in lane number 7. Kendall Horner, lane 6. That one going Brooklyn's side, picks up 9. Leaves the 5 pin. Macy now, lane number 8, spare attempt. And she picks up 2 out of the 3. Kendall now, spare attempt. She's got it. Defiance chops on lane 7, picks up 1 out of 2. Avery now, lane 8. And a strike for Avery. Ariana Kiesling picks up 8, ends up leaving the 2-5. Strike for Defiance in lane number 7. Lily now, lane 8. That one going Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn strike though. Pulled that one left to the head pin. Ari now, spare attempt. She's got it. Defiance going high, picks up 8, ends up leaving the 5-9. Macy now, lane number 7. She comes in light. It's a pickup of 8, leaving the 1-2. All right, we're going to switch over to the boys' side. Oliver Franz with a strike just a moment ago. I see an 8 spare, 9 spare strike for Oliver in the last 3 frames. Andrew Gallagher with 3 strikes in a row, I believe. 5 count for Defiance on lane 2. Garrett Hull now, lane 4. And all 10 crushed for the strike. So a double up for Garrett. I'm sorry, that's not a double up. Never mind. Garrett must be bowling in the 5th spot in Hunter's spot. Jacob Danette and a strike for Jacob. So Jacob's with 4 strikes in a row. So it wasn't Andrew, it was Jacob. This is Napoleon's first bowler. Luke Leahy for Napoleon picks up 9, leaves a 5-pin on lane 3. Oliver Franz up now, lane number 1. Luke Leahy up, lane number 3 for Napoleon. And Oliver with another strike. Luke just misses his spare attempt. Nine count for Defiance, leaving a 9-pin on lane number 2. Christian Horner up now, lane number 3 for Napoleon. And Christian picks up 8, leaving the 2-5. Strike for Defiance on lane number 4. Defiance missed their spare attempt on lane 2. It's an open frame for him. Christian now, spare attempt, lane number 3. And he's got it. Five count for Defiance on lane number 2. Luke up now, lane 4. That doesn't get back to the head pin. Pickup of 6, leaving the 1, 2, 4, and 8. Garrett picks up 8, leaves the 3-10 on lane 3 for Napoleon. Defiance will pick up 2 more for a total of 8 on lane number 2. Luke now, spare attempt. And a nice spare conversion there for Luke on lane number 4. Jacob now, lane number 2. And another strike for Jacob. And Garrett chops. Picks up 1 out of 2. Christian up now, lane number 4. And all 10 back for Christian. Clears the rack there. Defiance picks up 6, leaving the 2-4-5. Oliver up now, lane number 2 for Napoleon. Garrett up on lane 4. Garrett picks up 7. Oliver with a strike. So 3 strikes in a row now for Oliver. Garrett leaves the 3-9-10 on lane 4. Getting some advice from Randy Babcock. Defiance, nice ball in lane 2 for the strike. Spare conversion for Defiance on lane 3. Garrett up, lane 4, spare attempt. And he picks up 2 out of the 3. Jacob up now, lane number 1, and another strike for Jacob. Jacob's got it dialed in. Defiance up, lane 3, gets the strike. Oliver Franz now up on lane 1 for Napoleon. And Oliver gets 9, can't get the 7 pin to kick out. Luke up now, lane number 3 for Napoleon. And after hitting the 9 pin like 3 times, it goes down, so a strike for Luke. Defiance picks up the spare on lane number 4. Oliver up for his spare attempt on lane 1. Christian up for his first ball in lane 3. Christian goes way left of the head pin. Pickup of 6. Oliver converts his spare. So Christian left with the 1, 3, 8, and 10. Defiance with a strike on lane number 2. Spare attempt or spare conversion there for Defiance, lane number 4. 9 count for Defiance, down on lane 1. Christian now, spare attempt, lane 3. And he'll pick up 2 more for a total of 8. Jacob now, lane number 2. And he missed the head pin and leaves the 1, 2, 10. I can't tell how many strikes he had in a row, but it was a lot. Garrett also missing the head pin, leaves the washout, the 1, 2, 4, and 10. Luke up now, lane 4. And he gets his strike. Jacob picked up his spare, the 1, 2, 10 on lane 2 just a moment ago with a very nice spare shot. Garrett now trying to convert the washout, and he'll pick up 2 out of the 4, so an 8 count for him. Christian with a strike on lane number 4. Oliver up now, lane 2. Comes in a little light, picks up 8, leaves the 4-5 split. Tough one to convert. You got to go right between them or cut the 5 really, really thin. Garrett way outside with that one. Starts out with 3. Oliver now spare attempt on lane 2. And he picks up 1, so a 9 count for him. Defiance gets 9 on lane 3, leaving a 10 pin. That was his second ball, I guess. Count for Defiance, lane number 3. All right, let's switch back to the girls. Lily Light up now, lane number 7. And Lily gets 9, leaves the 8-pin standing. Ariana Kiesling had 9 on her first ball, converting 10-pin here. Picks it up. All right, just a quick recap on the boys. 184, 134, 125, 147, 206, 796 for Defiance, 214, 208, Hunter 214, Garrett 208, 186 Andrew, 152 Slade, 152 Christian for a 912. Yep, so that matches up. Lily now, spare attempt on lane number 7. And she's got it. Nice shot from Lily there. Avery coming up now in lane number 8. And she picks up 7, leaving the 2-4-5. 5 for Defiance on lane number 7. Kendall now, lane number 6. And she splits, pickup of 7, leaves the 3, 7, and 10. Avery now, spare attempt, lane number 8. Oh, and she pulled that one. Open frame for her. I believe that's in the 9th. Kendall picks up 1 more. So an 8 count for her, also in the 9th. Seven count for Defiance, down on lane 5, leaving the 2-4-5. Lily now, lane 8. That's a little light, leaves the 2-4-5, a pickup of 7. Ariana Kiesling, and all 10 back for a strike on lane number 6. right, Lily's up for her spare attempt now. And she pulled it and picks up one additional. So an 8 count for her. All right, Kendall into the 10th frame, picks up 7 on her first ball. And an open frame for in the 10th for Defiance's first female bowler. So she finishes up with a 146. Macy picks up 6 on her first ball. Looks like the 1, 3, 6, and maybe 9. Kendall picks up her spare on lane 5. She'll get 1 more in the 10th. Macy picks up 3 more, and she finishes with a 165. Kendall picks up 9 more, finishes with a 198 game. Defiance's 4th female bowler finished with a 147. Avery starts out with an 8 count, leaves the 4-7. Ariana Kiesling picks up 9 to start the 10th frame on lane 5. Avery now, spare attempt. Picks it up, she'll get 1 more. Ariana picks up her spare, she'll get 1 more. Defiance's 2nd bowler, final ball, 10th frame here. That's on lane number 6. And she gets a strike, finishes with 116. 147 for Defiance's 5th bowler. Ariana Kiesling with a strike to finish out the 10th. A score game of 200. Nice ball, or nice game, Ariana. .152 for Avery. And a strike for Lily to start things out in the 10th. So Jacob Donat finished with a 245 for Napoleon. Defiance's first boy bowler finished with a 139. Lily now, 2nd ball, 10th frame. That one goes high, pickup of 9. .138 for Defiance's 3rd bowler, so that gives them a total of 694. Lily now, last ball, picks up her spare. All right, we'll switch over to the boys. So 178 for Lily Light, nice game for her. So 893 total for Napoleon, extends her lead to 306 pins. Oliver with a 9 count on his 2nd ball in the 10th frame, started out with a strike. Must be a 10-pin hidden back there. Defiance's 2nd bowler finished with a 158 on the boys' side. 167, that would have been, who would that have been? I'm trying to remember who was bowling before Christian. Garrett. No, not Garrett. Or was it? Christian with a strike, so 2 strikes in the 10th. Must have been Garrett. 167 for Garrett. Defiance's 4th bowler finished with a 138, and their 5th bowler with a 200. And their 3rd bowler with a 112. So Oliver missed his spare attempt, finishes with a 193 game. So Christian's last ball, 10th frame here. And he gets 7 more. So 180 game for Christian. Okay, so Luke had the 167 game. Okay. Garrett up now. Light to the pocket. Pickup of 8 leaves the 2-4. Garrett, spare attempt, picks it up. He'll get 1 more in the 10th. Just as a quick reminder, the format is standard for high school matches. It's 2 individual games followed by 3 Baker games. So 8 more for Garrett, and he finishes with, looks like a 124. Yep, 124. So I have 909 for Napoleon. On the boys' side, 747 for Defiance. Extends the lead to 278 pins. On the girls' side, it's 893 for Napoleon, 694 for Defiance. For total pins leading is 306. Get these updated here real quick. Girls have started their Baker match. We'll switch over there. And Sarah Ford picks up the spare for the Wildcat ladies. That was in the 2nd frame after a strike. Avery Badenhop up now, number 3. Seven for her, leaving the 2, 4, and 8. Avery now, spare attempt on lane 7. she chops, picks up one more for a total of 8. Defiance now, second ball, third frame, and she won't get any additional pins. Kendall Horner up now. And she gets 9. Nine also for Defiance ladies on lane 8. All right, 909, 747 for the boys. Jacob Dennett, 245. Garrett Hall, 124. Christian Horner, 180. Oliver Franz, 193. And Luke Leahy, 167. Totals match 1821, 1543. Yep. Kendall picks up her spare. Defiance now starting the 5th frame, gets a strike. Ariana up here in the 5th spot for the ladies, Napoleon ladies. Pick up 9, leaving a 4-pin. And she picks up the spare. Boys still waiting to get the first game underway here. Defiance picking up a spare. Start the 6th frame. Alexa Miller up in the number 1 spot, bowling the 6th frame. Had a strike on her first ball. And picks up 9 on this one, leaving a 2-pin. Defiance ladies crashing and getting the strike. Gets the 10-pin to fall. Oliver starts things out for the boys with a strike. We'll be switching back and forth here, but as I said, I'll call both matches. All right, Alexa picks up her spare. Defiance boys pick up 8, leaving the 3-9. 9 count for Defiance ladies, leaving a 5-pin. Luke up now. And Luke picks up 8, leaves the 6-10. Sarah let that one get away from her a little bit. Defiance picks up their spare in the 8th. Defiance picks up their spare on the boys' side. And Sarah gets the spare the hard way. Luke doesn't pick up any additional for the boys. So an 8 count for the boys in the, looks like the 2nd frame. Avery picks up 6 for the ladies. And a strike for Slade. That's over on the boys' side, a strike in the 3rd frame. Spare attempt from Defiance ladies here. And they convert. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't Oliver. That was Andrew. So Andrew with a strike. So back-to-back strikes for the Wildcat boys. 9 count for the Bulldog ladies. 9 count for Jacob, leaving a 10 pin. Strike for the Defiance boys coming in the 3rd frame. Kendall with 8, leaving the 1-2. Spare attempt from the ladies on the Bulldogs or Defiance side. Picks up the spare in the 10th. They get 1 more. Jacob picks up his spare on the boys' side. Defiance boys pick up 6. Start the 4th frame. Kendall now, spare attempt. She's got it. Last ball by Defiance ladies on the lane 8. And she gets 9 more, so 149. Maybe that was. Okay. Oliver is up. So maybe that was Oliver I saw before. Got 9 on his first ball. And picks up the spare. Ariana Kiesling with 2 strikes in the 10th. Brings up her last ball in the 10th frame. Strike for Defiance boys. All right, switch over to the boys match. Ariana Kiesling, last ball. Picks up 9. They finish with 166. Luke Leahy with a strike for Napoleon. Eight count for Defiance, leaving the 5-8. Slade up now. Napoleon. He's light to the pocket. Leaves the 1, 2, 4, and 10. Defiance, spare attempt, picks it up. Slade needs to get this to the left side of the head pin, drive that head pin back into the 10. And he picks up 3 out of 4. So an open frame in the 8th, sitting at 142. And Defiance splits, leaving the 5, 7, and 10. Andrew Gallagher up now for Napoleon in the 9th frame. Eight count by the Lady Cats to start things off, leaving the 4-7. And Andrew crushes all 10 for the strike. That was Macy Eicher starting things off for the ladies. Spare attempt from Defiance here, lane 4. Picks up 1 additional. Macy picks up the spare. And Jacob with a strike to start the 10th frame. Defiance picks up 6 on the boys' side. Or I'm sorry, 5. 8 count for Sarah on the ladies' side, leaving the 4-7. Another strike for Jacob. 2 strikes in the 10th now. Defiance ladies with a strike, or I'm sorry, it's a spare. Spare the hard way. Nice pickup from Sarah, picks up the 4-7. And Jacob picks up 8 more. And we finished, Napoleon boys finish with a 200 even, it looks like. Seven count for the Bulldog ladies. Brenna with a strike for the Lady Cats. Strike for the Defiance Bulldogs, the boys in the 10th frame. So strike in the 9th and started out the 10th with a strike. Spare attempt from the ladies of Defiance. Picks it up. Defiance with one more strike. We'll switch over to our girls. A strike for Defiance on lane 7 for the Lady Bulldogs. Defiance boys last ball. Picks up 9. So 173. So unofficially, I have 20-21 for Napoleon, 17-16 for Defiance on the boys' side, a lead of 305 pins. 8 count, or I'm sorry, spare for Kendall there on the right lane, lane 8 for Napoleon. On the girls' side, after one Baker game, it's 1904 for Napoleon to 1581, difference of 323 pins. Ariana Kiesling now, 5th frame. That goes high, pickup of 7, leaves the 3-6-10. All right, Oliver Franz leading things off for the boys. And a strike for Oliver. Ariana picks up her spare. Defiance girls pick up 1 out of 3. Strike for the Defiance boys in the first frame as well. And Luke with a strike, so back-to-back strikes for the Wildcats. 8 count for Defiance ladies, leaving the 5-8. 9 count for Defiance, leaving a 10 pin. Macy picking up 8, leaving a 4-7 on lane 8. And Christian picks up 6, missed the head pin, leaves the 1, 2, 4, and 7. Defiance girls won't pick up any additional. And Defiance boys convert this 10 pin. Macy now, spare attempt, and opens up. So an 8 count in the 6th, sitting at 101. Christian picks up 2 more. So a total of 8 for him in an open frame. Defiance picks up 9 on the boys' side, leaving a 5 pin. 6 count for Sarah, leaving the 2, 4, 5, and 7. 8 count for Defiance girls, leaving 310 on lane 7. Andrew Gallagher, strike for him. Defiance boys missed their spare opportunity. Sarah now, spare attempt. And she won't get any additional, so a 6 count for her. Strike for Hunter in the 5th frame for Napoleon. And 9 for Defiance, leaving just 7 pins standing on the boys' side. Brenna picks up 9, leaves the 10 pin. Nine count also for Defiance in the 10th frame. Oliver with another strike. So 3 strikes in a row now for the boys, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Kendall now, spare attempt, won't get there. I'm sorry, that's Brenna, not Kendall, Brenna. So another open frame for the ladies. Strike for Defiance boys, down on lane 3. Luke now, lane 4. And he gets 5 of them in the fall. Now we've got Kendall. And Kendall with a strike in the 9th. So 137 is what the Defiance girls had for their second Baker game. Eight count for Defiance boys, leaving the 1-3. Ariana on lane 8, and a strike to start the 10th frame. Luke picks up 4 out of the 5, so a 9 count for him in the 7th frame. Christian up now for the boys. And that one gets away from him. Ends up in the right gutter. Ariana, second ball, 10th frame. That one goes high. Leaves the 3-pin, pickup of 9. Defiance with their boys with their spare in the 6th frame. See if Christian can make a correction here, figure out what he did. And picks up 7 on his second ball. And Ariana's last ball picks up a spare. So 165. All right, switch over to the boys. So unofficially, I've got it 2069 to 1718, a difference of 351 pins. Andrew now, that one goes high. Leaves the 4-7, a pickup of 8. Defiance converts their 10-pin in the 7th frame, Baker game number 2. Andrew with a spare in the 9th frame. Brings up Hunter to start the 10th. There's that Hunter. Yeah, Hunter with a strike to start the 10th frame. Defiance, spare attempt. Picks up 3 more, so a total of 8 for them in the 8th frame. Alexa Miller with a strike to start things off for the Lady Cats. And Hunter picks up 7 more on his second ball. Defiance ladies pick up their spare. A strike for Defiance boys in the 9th frame. Hunter, last ball. picks up 2. So 181. Switch over to the ladies. And Sarah converts her spare. Defiance converts her spare in the 10th. They'll get 1 more. On the boys' side, 9 count for the Defiance ladies, leaving a 10 pin on lane 7. Lily picks up 8, leaves the 4-7 on her first ball. And a strike for the Defiance boys to close out the 10th frame. So 170 for them. So after 2 Baker games, unofficially I've got it 2202 to 1886. A difference of 316 pins, Napoleon leading. And a strike for the Defiance ladies. Lane number 7. Lily now, spare attempt. Picks it up, nicely done. And another strike, back-to-back strikes for the Lady Bulldogs. Brenna up now, lane number 8, and she gets the strike. Defiance boys start out with a strike in the 3rd Baker game. Slade up for the boys, and he goes, kind of splits the rack, pick up a 4. 9 count for Avery. Can't get the 10 pin to drop. Spare attempt here from Defiance ladies. Picks it up. And Slade picks up 4 more, so an 8 count for him. Avery picks up her spare. Defiance picks up 8 on their second ball in the second frame. A strike for Defiance on the ladies' side. Luke with a strike for Napoleon. Alexa with a strike for Napoleon. Garrett up now for Napoleon for the boys' side. And he picks up 5. 8 count for arms. It says it's an 8 count for Defiance, but I can clearly see 3 pins down there. 9 count for Napoleon on lane number 8. Garrett picks up his spare. And Sarah missed her spare opportunity. Jacob gets 9, leaving a 10 pin for the boys. 6 count for the Lady Bulldogs, leaving the 1, 3, 9, and 10. Three more for the Lady Bulldogs. picking up a total of 9 in the 9th frame. Lily picks up 8 to start, what is this, the 8th frame. Defiance ladies does a strike to start 10th frame. Andrew up now. And Andrew with a strike. That's frame number, can't tell, frame number 5 for the Napoleon boys. Another strike for the Defiance Bulldog ladies. So 2 in the 10th. Lily gets that started too far to the right. So an open frame for her. So 134 in the 8th. Slade picks up 6 and splits. Leaves the 3, 6, 7, and 10. And Defiance ladies finish strong with 3 strikes in the 10th. I thought it was 3 strikes in the 10th. Scoreboard doesn't show it. Slade picks up 2 more. Something is going on here with the scoreboards. Okay, there we go. So 191, nice Baker game for the Defiance Lady Bulldogs. Ends up picking up 1 out of the 3. So an 8 count in the 9th. Avery will be the final bowler tonight. And a strike by Garrett. So back-to-back strikes for the Napoleon Wildcats. Avery leaves the 310, a pickup of 8. Jacob with a strike in the 9th. So 3 in a row now for the Wildcat boys. And Avery won't get any additional. So 150 for the ladies. All right, switch over to the boys match. Defiance, spare opportunity, picks it up. That's in the 8th frame. So unofficially, I've got the girls 22-19 to 1909, winning by 310 pins. Baker totals were 481 for Napoleon, 477 for Defiance. Individual games 1738 and 1432, respectively. Lady Cats averaged 170.69 tonight. And a strike for Andrew in the 10th frame. Defiance picks up 9. I'm sorry, that was Napoleon that picked up 9 on their second ball in the 10th frame. That was Andrew. Spare attempt from Defiance in the 9th frame. Picks it up. Andrew picks up the spare. And 202 for Napoleon in the 3rd and final Baker game. Defiance starts out with a strike. So as we finish up this match here, just a quick reminder, the next match will be a home match against Liberty Center, a week from today on the 30th. After that, I believe the next match is January 3rd with Anthony Wayne, I believe. 9 count for Defiance. Want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And Defiance picks up their spare, so they'll finish with a 166. So unofficially, 2404 for Napoleon, 2052 for Defiance. Won by 352 pins. Baker Games 583 for Napoleon, 509 for Defiance. Individual 1821 Napoleon, 1543. Boys average 184.92. See if we can get a peek here at the girls. All right, coach is walking this way. All right, grand totals match 2219, 1909. Baker Games 41, 477, 1432, 1738. And on the boys' side, 2404, 2052, so those match. Baker totals match, individuals match, so we'll get this up on the screen for everybody.
Napoleon Bowler's appearance in the lounge for a recap.
All right, so the totals are on the screen now. Again, next match will be Liberty Center at home on the 30th. After that, I believe it's on the 3rd. I've got the next couple of matches in January up on the YouTube, so check the schedule. Again, hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. And we'll end this as we always do. Go Wildcats!